Okay, so I'm going to make some pocket holes on my side rails. That way I can hold them in place. Break out my pocket hole jig. It's already set up for 3/4 from yesterday. There it is. But I still have it out. Just going to put a couple on each side. So quick and easy, 4 holes on each board, and it's ready to go. So that's the side rails. I'll have to make a trip to get a couple drawer slides. Probably a 10-inch drawer slide would work just fine. So now I gotta build a box, drawer. So I gotta think about this and then get to it. Okay, let me come in thin. There we go. So I'm gonna make the drawer opening, which, as you can see right here, I want a flush fit. I don't want to. Usually, you put your drawers, as you can see, I'll open these drawers, and you got this nice front that can cover the hole, and it's used as a stop. So in my case, what I want to do is I want to make a flush drawer so that when it closes, you'll see this opening around the drawer face, but the face will be recessed in the opening. So I gotta get a precise cut. So what I'm gonna attempt to do first is I'm gonna cut that face and get that correct. What I want is a opening or a gap around the face of this drawer, the thickness of a playing card. So the thickness all the way around, and I have playing cards in my workshop. What I want is I want to be able to set a playing card there and a playing card on the top and have a nice fit, so that I have the clearance, but it'll look great when you visually look at it. And the same with a card on each end. So I have a nice even opening. So it's important that my measurements be as precise as possible, because if not, then you'll have a crooked drawer and it'll look awful. So that's the challenge I got myself made for myself on this one. I could have went with the easy way, I guess. So this is going to challenge what I'm doing. So challenge accepted. Thanks to myself giving it to me. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut it 2 3/4 by 19 7/16. I'm going to cut that piece and see where we're at. Everything's out of oak. Then I'll build the box behind it once I get that face done. So here we go. I always like measuring at the blade, regardless of what my indicator over here says, because ultimately this space right here is your cut. So I'm going to do a test cut. I'm not going to use my good wood. I'm going to find a piece. And I can practice with. So let's, I'm going to take a measurement. 2 3/4. What's nice about a wooden ruler is you can use your finger to get a flush feel and look at exactly what you got for measurement. So I'm going to take my cards, slide a card underneath. And it looks like I got a real tight fit here, which is what I want. Can you see that? Let me bring you right down. So this is what I'm looking for, is a nice snug fit. That way when you open and close the drawer, as long as I have the alignment right, you're going to get a nice clean face. Now this is a scrap piece, so I'm going to, now that I got my table saw set, I'm going to do my best to cut this face. So one of the things I can do to help with, so I know I got a good clean edge, these are pieces that I was using yesterday, is I'm going to put a clamp down as soon as I find out where I put them. All right, so what I have here is a feather, magnetic feather. So what I'm going to do is I want to make sure that I got nice pressure against the fence. That way I get a nice even cut. So I want it to span the full opening evenly. Freehanding it, I might get a little variation and it will show up tremendously. It'll show up like a sore thumb. So we're going to do that, and it looks like I got to move my camera. Let's try that. That way the stand's not in my way. So as you can see, that feather, and I like this one because it's magnetic, so I can place it anywhere on my table saw, and it gives me a nice steady even cut. In this instance, this is making furniture. It's very important. I like doing these videos. Hopefully this is helping you out to show you the process. There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of thinking in it. Which this is a good release for me from my day-to-day work, which takes on a lot of the same thinking process at work, but I do it with electronics, with electrical components instead of wood. So now here's the fun part. I'm going to trim one end of this on my miter station, and then I'm going to cut it to size, which is 19 7/16. So it's important that I get this measurement correct. So I am going to move stuff around. That way I can put my camera where it'll work. How's that? Does that look all right? Sure does. Let me bend you. Let me just bring you more in. So I'm going to bring you over here for a minute to show you my adjustments that I got to make. All right, so let's, I keep dropping these pieces of wood. So I'm going to relocate to an unused part of the shop at the moment. So I have my good piece, right? And I know both faces, both edges are square, perpendicular, so we're good there. Now I want 19 7/16, and that's an important measurement, because any longer, any shorter, then I'll have an undue gap. I got one chance at cutting this. If I cut it too short, I start over. So what I'm going to do is, my shortest I can do with my block is 18 inches. And then I go to a tie down block on this. So I want 19 7/16. So I'm going to go to 19 and a half as a starting point and do a test piece. And I just got to find myself a test piece. Which I got that. So it's always good to keep pieces around. And we're going to get ourselves a good measurement here. Perfect cut. Okay, so I got the length correct. One of the things that you always got to remember is, even if it is a very snug fit, you can correct it with some sanding. You can sand it and just take ever so slightly off so you get a little better fit. But let's go check this out. Let's see. Let me bring this around. Can you see that? All right, so this is my face. Take the best part showing, and it's such an exact fit that I'm going to have to sand it. But as you can see, and I'll bring the camera closer, that's the fit that I was looking for. Now, I know, as you can see, right, I got a nice, clean drawer face, and that's how I want to look. It'll have a knob or a handle of some sort here for pulling the drawer in and out. So what I want to do is I'm going to sand that just a little on all sides, because I want to be able to still put a thickness of a card on the edges, top and bottom. Okay, so what I did is I put it back on the miter saw and just took a thickness of a card off of the width, and I did the same on the width this way and on the length. So now, as you can see, I got a thickness of a card spacing for my drawer face, and that was the goal I was after. So it's important for the setup, so that you got a nice square opening. You take your time, you think it through, and you assemble correctly. So now I got my drawer face. Now I got to build the box behind it.